everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Let me know in the comments as well where you are based. And so my name is Melanie Woods. I'm the founder and owner of my business, Speaking Styles. And what I want to be sharing with you all today is the 3 C's of storytelling your business, because storytelling and communication and speaking is so vital when it comes to sharing more about your business and who you are as well. So that's what we're going to chat about this morning. And we've got some people from New South Wales joining us. Thank you so much for sharing as well. So storytelling is a real passion of mine, because when we really share more of your story, then you build that know, like, and trust, which is so important. We got people from the UK, from Canada, all around the world as well. So excellent. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And in the comments as well, if you want to share what's maybe kind of like one thing around storytelling you feel you would like to be able to improve within yourself and your business. Karen, you're in the Gold Coast as well. I'm in the Gold Coast in Queensland, everybody. But I'm originally from Scotland. I've been in Australia for 8.5 years. So we're going to get into talking about the 3 C's. But yeah, let me know in the comments maybe what's one thing around storytelling that you want to improve on, or you just feel that you maybe get a little bit stuck or struggle with as well around that. So a lot of the time when we have our businesses, a lot of the time we can kind of forget about sharing that story of how did you get started? Why do you do what you do? How you help people, but then really bringing that into a story and then being able to develop that speaking with authenticity, which is so important, because people want to have that know, like, and trust effect. And they want to really know, like, why you really do what you do, why you really care about the other people as well. And so by sharing that story of either when you started your business, why you started your business, or being able to really look at, you know, as in personally as well as professionally within that story, because you are part of your business. So it works both ways to do that. A couple of questions is keeping that authentic voice, knowing the length of the story to tell. Excellent. So I will get into a slide very shortly and start to be able to share some things around that. And these are always questions people do ask me around, you know, how long do I share my story? What parts of my story do I share? And I'm just going to share with you a quick brief around my own story about why I have my business Speaking Styles, why I help people to do public speaking, communication, as well as storytelling. And I, like a lot of the rest of the world, had the biggest fear of public speaking. I used to be a manager and a leader, and I used to avoid it at all costs of speaking in public, chairing meetings, going to different places, stakeholder meetings. I used to hate when it get to my turn to introduce myself. I used to absolutely hate it. I used to get sweaty palms, red blotchy face, rabbit caught in the headlights, and I just had no idea what to say next. And I used to just get really nervous and really apprehensive around it as well. So then in overcoming all of those things, I now love to be able to help and teach other people how to do that. On my online courses as well, you would get that process that I teach when I do that in groups or one-on-one. But it's something I'm really passionate about, because I know that's how we connect and engage and how we develop that know, like, and trust, because people then connect and think, well, you're just like me, and you then know how to be able to help me to do that as well. So Karina, if you're able to share my screen, thank you so much. So what I want to do is to share with you my 3 C's of speaking with authenticity and with storytelling. So I break everything down into 3 sections. So the power of 3. And the reason why I do that is because the power of 3 is so important when we're speaking, but also, again, for listeners and viewers to take that in as well. So chunking it down. So a bit like storytelling, we want to be able to chunk it down into sections. So the first one is confidence. And we want to be able to instill that confidence, because a lot of the time we can be so busy running a business that we forget around, the confidence part, the speaking part, and developing the mindset to be able to do that. So I do work a lot on some mindset resources and tools and techniques to help with that. Because when we are communicating, when we're maybe going from one thing to the next, we kind of forget to maybe take a breath, to take a pause, and then we might go into communicating with someone or some people, and then we start to forget some things that we'd already maybe planned to say. So there's a lot around mindset and around tools and techniques that are in my online program that help you to then be more effective as a speaker, as a communicator, because when we are in such busy lives, when we go to then communicate, there's a lot of the times our brains can shut down and we end up not being able to communicate as effectively as what we would quite like to do. So we do a lot around confidence as mindset. We do things around your identity when it comes to storytelling between you and your business. And then we look at that compassion as well for you personally as well as professionally, but that compassion of being able to have that compassion and empathy for the people that you're speaking to as well, and sharing that story. And in that confidence part, then you end up being able to speak with more authenticity. So again, May had asked, keeping that authentic voice. So when that beginning stage of confidence, that's where you'll begin to develop that. And then we move into clarity is the next section. And that's where we're starting to compile your story, your content that you could be sharing with people as well around your story and your business. And then really looking at your key message of what you're sharing. So in there, then in my course as well, it's taking you through the steps. So Alan has then asked about knowing the length of the story to tell. So I have templates throughout my online program that you then know how to do the length of it, because I give you the step-by-step of what to say, how to say it as well. So that's where in there you will get your message, which becomes your intro of like who you are, what you do, and how you help people. And then looking at how to create content to whether you're maybe sharing it virtually or you're speaking to people in person as well. And then in there as well is the storytelling, the 7 steps to storytelling your business. And in there as well, it's really about looking at the timing factor as well as how long do you have to speak? Will then give you a better understanding of how long you have. Like today, I've only got 15 minutes to share my overview. So then I've only just done a very brief story of my fear of public speaking, because that can be relevant to other people. So you've got to then think about how long do you have to speak to then how long a part of that story. But as I say, I do break that down to then thinking about what's relevant to your audience, to then the timing factor of how to do that. So in there, so then we move over then to communication. So getting that clarity, you then have the structure, you have the clear and clarity around who you are, what you do, the stories to share, the content to share. So then we move into communication. So this is where we then look into the delivery part of things. So we look at then your speaking. We look at then how are you promoting yourself through those 3 C's, and also looking at future growth, because it's not just about telling it once. It's about continuing to evolve and grow and continue to share that story, because a lot of the time I see that we forget is that we might share our story once and then we never share it again. But we have to remember is that new clients come in, new customers to come in, new people come in, and they want to know your story. Because if they only come into now, they haven't seen your journey. So it's then a lot harder to grow that know, like, and trust. So we want to be able to continually share your story with people as well. So the speaking part is then looking at, well, where are you speaking? Where would you like to be speaking more of? I always say that speaking is the fastest way to get clients and customers. So then we really look at, well, where do you want to be speaking? And really start looking at how you're engaging, how you're connecting with people, and how you're delivering that and where. And again, as I said, that future growth and how you're promoting yourself. Because again, you don't want to be the best kept secret. And you also want to be open-minded to other avenues to share your business as well. So by using speaking, also thinking of your vision and thinking about that greater impact that you can make with your business as well. So all of that makes up the 3 C's of storytelling your business and having authenticity. And again, in the online program, it will take you that step by step to do that. So my biggest thing is always saying you cannot delegate communication. As someone who did do a lot of that in my position as a manager, I really started to see that I didn't grow and I wasn't learning and I wasn't evolving because the fear was so great. So I always say that you cannot delegate communication based around sharing your story needs to come from you, sharing more around your business, being able to connect and engage, then that does come back to you as well. Thank you, Karina, for sharing that. If you want to jump out of the screen sharing. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's really all about the 3 C's. Something that I'm really passionate about being able to help you, to help anybody that's really looking to get more clear on their story and just have more engagement as well. So yeah, let me know if anybody, let me know what's been one key takeaway. I know it's been a very short session, but let me know maybe what's one kind of key takeaway that you've taken away from this, or one thing you feel out of the 3 C's that you'd want to work on from today's session. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. Yeah, regularly tell your story. And a lot of the time we forget that, say you've got a group of 10 people, 8 people know your story and 2 people don't. A lot of the times people don't share because they feel like they don't want to repeat themselves. But remember, those 2 people haven't heard it. And the other people need the repetition. Excellent, Carla. Yep. It all does come together in that I call it a process to how that all works when I've put that together and how I work with people. So yeah, I hope that that's been helpful for you all. Have an amazing rest of your day, and taking away some amazing nuggets from all of the speakers that we have here today as well. And a big thank you as well to Karina for putting this on. But yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Melanie. And Melanie, if you'd like to go into the personal development session room, so if anyone's got any questions they'd like to talk to Melanie about, feel free to go and have a chat with her. So she'll be in the session room for a little while, and our next speaker will be on in about 1 minute. Thank you.
Thank you.